The accident changed the king forever. Some believe Henry VIII's injury twisted him into an ill-tempered tyrant.
He opened up an ulcer in his leg that would never heal and would give him constant and debilitating pain for the rest of his life. So the first place to look for his temperamental change is the fact that he's in constant pain. But also, it's possible that he bruised his cerebral cortex when he fell. The cumulative effect is to change him into a very different man. Capricious, irascible. People didn't know what had angered him, but suddenly he would turn on a dime and then be a completely different person. And so by that time, I think it must have been nightmarish to be at his court.
High in the roof of the Great Hall, colourful faces peer down on the room below. They are a warning of the deadly consequences to come. Hanging from the wooden eaves, these little figures inspired the name Eavesdropper.
If you go in the Great Hall today, you'll see these eavesdroppers who the architect had actually built into the ceiling. They're little figures who are looking down on the courtiers below, and it's almost a warning to those courtiers to say, look, everything is overheard here. There was gossip, there was intrigue, there was plotting for advancement at court.
Anne is becoming a victim of the court she loved so much. Jealous factions start to spread stories of infidelity and incest. What's more, Anne has not produced a male heir, and she's quarrelling with the king. Looking to escape from the marriage, Henry seizes on the rumours. In 1536, Anne is arrested.
She had one day where she was celebrating jousting, May Day celebrations with Henry. Then he left in a bit of a hurry, and there was much muttering about it, according to one of the sources. And the next morning, out of nowhere, her reign as queen comes to an end.
Anne faces charges of adultery, incest, and treason. The river flowing past Hampton Court transports her to the Tower of London.
Executioners were trained in hanging people, not in cutting off heads. We have accounts of someone like Margaret Poole when she was executed in 1541. The first blow gashed her shoulder, and it took 10 further blows to separate her head from her neck. But Henry took pity on Anne Boleyn when it came to her death. He ordered an expert French executioner to be brought all the way over from France in order that she might be beheaded with a sword cleanly in one blow.
With Anne barely cold in her grave, Henry wipes all trace of her from Hampton Court. In their haste, the workmen miss one of her symbols in the woodwork. It's still there today, a secret memorial to Anne,